folks, good morning. Dr. Lewis Singer, Singer Family Chiropractic, and of course, it's that time again. It's time for the weekly health tip. Today we're going to talk just a little bit about vaccinations. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because there's a lot more today in the news about this new vaccine that they're trying to develop for the coronavirus, for COVID-19. And so that's kind of back in the highlight again in the news. And understand that vaccinations is not a chiropractic issue. But many chiropractors are what we call anti-vaxxers, or many chiropractors are pro-choice when it comes to deciding to have a vaccination or not, which is exactly the category I fall in, basically for two reasons. Number one, because there are side effects and there are problems with the vaccinations. And number two is because as chiropractors, what we stand on is that our body has an amazing intelligence, what we call an innate intelligence, an inborn intelligence. We were created from two cells into trillions of cells, everything working in harmony. And if we just treat our body right, our body will treat us right. We've got an amazing immune system. We've talked about that through this whole COVID-19 epidemic. And we've talked about the immune system. And years ago, very interesting, before my generation, even before my parents' generation, if somebody, one of the kids in the neighborhood got the mumps or got the measles or the German measles or even chickenpox, they would have something called like a chickenpox party where that parent of the child who got the chickenpox would invite everybody over and they'd all play with each other and eventually they'd all get the chickenpox, because what they understood was that getting those childhood diseases naturally, and there are very few side effects to that and very few deaths to that, especially when compared to the side effects of the vaccinations, but that's a different talk for a different day. But what they realized was that when you got those childhood diseases, you developed a lifelong immunity. I got chickenpox as a kid. Okay, I remember the second I was in the car and I felt bad and I looked at my skin and I was like, oh no, I got the chickenpox. I don't remember if any of my family members had it, my brother or sister, if I was the first one. But interestingly enough, now I have a lifelong immunity to that particular virus, which is actually interesting. It's the same virus that causes shingles. Kind of cool, huh? Or not. So anyway, so we just want you as me as your chiropractor to make an informed choice. And one of the reasons I'm bringing this up is we just got these beautiful, can we see this in here? These beautiful brochures, I don't know if it'll come out backwards or forwards on here, that we're going to be leaving, these beautiful flyers, I should say, in the office. What's in a vaccination? And well documented, well researched, not in every vaccination, but in most vaccinations. And what I would say is there's some of these in every vaccination. So you've got things like ammonium sulfate, latex rubber, MSG, aluminum. Okay. Aluminum is still there, and that's a huge cause of Alzheimer's disease. We've got mercury, which is still there in many of the vaccinations. Gelatin. We also have human and animal cells. Cells from aborted fetuses, believe it or not, are in these vaccinations. And what that does is it's sort of, it's what's called a binder. It binds. A lot of these vaccinations are given together. So there's a lot of binder, or a lot of filler, so that they can all be in the same shot and then given to the child. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I mean, we could spend hours on the pros and cons of vaccination. And, maybe we will in the future if there is... If people are interested in that as we start our classes up and everything, which will be starting in June, I'm very excited to say. But these are in the office, so if you have children or if you're interested, if you're thinking about getting a vaccination or not, these are very, very interesting. Do you know what's in a vaccine? And very, very, like I said, very well written, and they're in the office for you, for your friends and family member, to help you make better decisions, especially because one of the things you will have to decide is if you're going to get this COVID-19 or coronavirus vaccine when it comes out, whether it comes out tomorrow or 18 months from now. Something to think about. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Have a great day. Have a great week ahead. God bless you and your families, and we'll see you soon. Take care.